because somebody in my Discord has been recommending videos, and I haven't watched any of his recommendations, and I feel bad. I'm genuinely interested. Monsterverse Godzilla vs Ultraman Blazar. We did kind of do a deep dive on Ultraman stuff recently, right? So, I'm thinking probably Ultraman. Maybe. If I had to pick, probably Ultraman Blazar, but stretch. We'll do it at the end of this video, okay? All right, or when we're done recording. All right, chat. All right. But yeah. If I were to just give an opinion on the very limited knowledge I know. Besides that, though, YouTube, I do record this all live on Twitch. I know, crazy. And you want to hear me here and follow me so you can be part of the video too, you know? It'd be cool. It'd be great. But besides that, though, don't forget to like and subscribe because, you know, it helps you out very much. And besides that, though, honestly, let's just get right into it. Let's see who wins here, you know? I'm kind of curious. I'm guessing, though, this is just off of what I know. Probably Ultraman.
Of hope for us mere humans, the hero we don't deserve. Ultraman Blazar, a pillar of hope for us mere humans, the hero we don't deserve. Ultraman is one of the oldest kaiju-related medias ever, being first released all the way back in 1966, 57 years ago. And while he's one of the oldest Toku characters out there, this is somehow my first video ever covering him, so I apologize to you Ultra fans, but today is the day. And Monsterverse Godzilla, the king of the monsters. This version of Godzilla is unforgiving. You step out of line and you'll—
Okay. It's this Godzilla. When I heard Monsterverse, I don't know why, but I was thinking Godzilla Wars? And I was thinking maybe that one, but I was thinking that's kind of like a high diff. But if it's this one, then yeah. If it's this one, I could see it very much being a win for Ultraman.
You'll pay the price, as many kaiju have come to find out. Now, while these guys are overall trying to achieve the same goal, they have very different methods of doing so. Ultraman tries to end conflicts quickly, whilst also making sure all humans are accounted for and safe. While Monsterverse Godzilla couldn't really care less. While he cares for us on a global scale, individually, yeah, not so much. So what if these two were in the same universe? They are both kings of kaiju, and would try their best to become the one and true ruler. This tension, along with Godzilla's carelessness for human life, would inevitably lead to a clash between these two. So today we're here to answer the question: Monsterverse Godzilla versus Ultraman Blazar. Who would win? Hello everyone, it's your host Goji Guy, and today we're covering one of the longest kaiju debates of all time. These two characters have some of the most complex and complicated lore of any fictional character ever, both having countless on-screen appearances. Godzilla dominating the movie side of things, while Ultraman steals the shows. And today we're here as always to throw our beloved kaiju into a ring. Representing the Ultra fans, coming in at 47 meters tall and 42,000 tons. Coming from the M421 Blazar, roughly 400 million light years away, we have 2023's Ultraman Blazar. On the other side of the ring, coming in at 119 meters tall, 99,634 tons, the Big G who's been in charge of Earth's Titans for the past 250 million years, we have the G-Man himself, Dohei Goji. Today we throw these two into a ring to find out who would win. Before we start though, we need to go over some categories they'll be fighting for. After tallying them up, we'll cover who would win and why. Those categories being strength, speed, durability, agility, IQ, battle intelligence, abilities, and since this is Ultraman we're talking about, we're also going to cover their stamina. So grab a snack, kick back, and relax. And if you're into content spanning from kaiju and dinosaurs to anime and sci-fi, well, my friend, you found the right place. So if you end up enjoying this video in the slightest, then consider subscribing. It helps with the channel, and it means a lot to me. So with all that out of the way, let's dive in. First up is strength. Who can push more? Starting with our home player, Godzilla. So to anyone—
I am not hearing this music in the background right now.
That is new, we're going to cover a few versions of Godzilla. Those being Godzilla 2014, Ancient and Aftershock Goji, and the one that is fighting, that being Dohei Goji specifically. That does mean we aren't using any nuke-amped or evolved Godzillas. So get your clipboards and let's cover everything he's done. Firstly, of course, he's able to destroy buildings just by walking past them. He's able to displace battleships from swimming and cause a tsunami due to how much water he was displacing. For actual stated weights, firstly we see in Godzilla 2014 that even when weakened, Godzilla is able to lift the female Muto by her throat, and further with ease overpower her and push her through buildings. The female Muto coming in at 60,000 tons. We also see with just the strength in his neck and jaw, he's able to lift and throw the male Muto, who weighs 15,000 tons. Moving on to Aftershock, Godzilla is able to tail swipe the Muto Prime, and later is able to fully lift her onto his back, the Muto Prime weighing 135,000 tons. Going back into the past, Godzilla takes on Shinomura in Godzilla Awakening. Now, while Shinomura doesn't have a weight, it's widely accepted and implied that in this comic, this right here is Godzilla, showing himself casually lifting a small island off of his back. Doing some rough estimates, an island around this size would weigh roughly 4,125,000 tons.
Wow.
Though, to my knowledge, it's never been outright confirmed 100% that this is Godzilla. Just because it's suggested doesn't mean it's fact. Jumps at me, Junior. So, do with that what you will. Moving on to Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Godzilla is able to easily break through the Antarctic ice and create shockwaves and crashing into Ghidorah. He's able to stop the 141,056-ton Ghidorah, who was flying at 550 knots, dead in his tracks. Granted, he did launch out of the water, so he had his own momentum and weight clashing against it, but still, a really good feat nonetheless. Moving on to Dominion. This is where Godzilla's at his weakest. After using his thermonuclear blast, he used up all of his radiation. So throughout the...
Honestly, I'm like, the only Godzillas that are honestly top dogs, and I mean top dogs, right? Be maybe Space Godzilla, right? But it either be Burning Godzilla or Ultima are the only ones I could really think that could really contend with these guys. Everything else is kind of like lower tier.
Comic, he's even more weakened than Godzilla 2014. Even so, he's still able to lift up Scylla and skip her across the water, humiliating her in the process, Scylla coming in at 20,000 tons. He's also able to throw Amulek with ease. While there is no stated weight, by my measurements, he's most likely around 80,000 tons. Here's a size comparison of him next to the female Muto, by the way. He then later pulls off hands down the most gruesome death in Godzilla history, and rips out the spine of the murderfish janitor. Moving on to GVK, he's able to drag battleships when swimming, and flips the boat Kong is actively on. He's able to throw Kong with his jaw, Kong weighing in at 90,000 tons, and he's able to push back Mechagodzilla, who might, big might, weigh over 600,000 tons. But it has yet to be confirmed, as the book that gave him his weight is kind of hard to read. And finally, in GXK, he's able to throw Scylla again. But anything after that, it's amp territory, so we need to stay away from that. So overall, he's able to comfortably lift over 100,000 tons. And if you want to assume that's Goji in Awakening, then he could easily lift a couple million tons. Now, onto Blazar. And don't worry, Ultra fans, he's got some good stuff too. Now, given Ultraman has fought many more kaiju than Monsterverse Godzilla, there are just too many to go over. So I'll be covering the first couple episodes, and then jumping to what he pulled off in the last episode. Yeah, you Ultra fans are smiling. You know what I'm about to bring up. In Ultraman Blazar, he climbs with ease, meaning he can of course lift his own body weight, that being 42,000 tons. He later, with a simple jump, knocks over Bazanga, who weighs 26,000 tons. Later, when tired, he's seemingly able to break Bazanga's bones, as we hear audible cracking every time he hits him. And finally, he rips off Bazanga's arm cannons, similar to Godzilla ripping out the spine of the murderfish janitor. In episode 2, Blazar knocks over Gatos just by transforming, Gatos weighing in at 20,000 tons, and later kicks him over with ease. In episode 3, he's able to push and roll over to Ganular, who weighs 50,000 tons. In episode 5, he's able to hold back and then further push Lord Dorgo very far away, Lord Dorgo weighing 65,000 tons. In episode 9, just from transforming, he knocked over Garamon, who weighs in at 60,000 tons. But let's get to the feat. Again, you Blazar fans know what's coming.
All right, tell me.
Blazar fights against
Got me excited.
Valeron, I don't know how to say these names, dog, I'm sorry. And he fights him on the moon. Due to events prior and the battle, the moon itself goes out of orbit and is headed towards Earth. In a last act, even when his color timer is running low, to many Goji fans that doesn't know what that means, pretty much when Ultraman starts to get tired and is running low on energy, his color timer in his chest turns red, meaning he only has a little bit of energy left. He was able to push the moon back into orbit. The moon weighing in at 81 quintillion tons. Yeah.
And just like that, we tipped the scale exponentially to one side.
So, with ease, strength goes to Ultraman Blazar. Next up is speed. Who is faster? And while I think it's obvious, we'll still cover it. Godzilla is apparently able to run roughly 300 miles an hour, though that is when he was amped, so it's hard to say for sure. While Ultraman can, well, make Sonic films when he flies.
He flies, yeah.
He's also able to dodge the Mega Shot, which shoots at Mach 5. In the second episode, he dodges Gatos' beams many times. So, yeah, speed goes to Ultraman pretty easily. Next up is durability. Who can take more hits? Godzilla is of course able to withstand artillery gunfire with no problem. He's handled many buildings falling onto him in his time, and even survived the Castle Bravo nuke to the face. He took punches from the Muto Prime, these same punches that can create earthquakes. He survived a planet's worth of gravity in the Hollow Earth portals, and while he got stabbed, he shrugged off Kong's axe. But most importantly, he was able to tank the Permian asteroid to the face with little to no damage at all. Though he does have a weak point, that being his gills. Hit those and is a critical hit. Now, onto Blazar. And again, I'm not gonna go over all of his feats as there's just way too many. But looking at the first 10 episodes, there are already quite a few. He easily takes jabs to the stomach from Bazanga with no damage, and while clearly in pain, he shows no damage from touching Tiganular, who was over 10,000 degrees Celsius at the time, and was later able to hold back Tiganular's head, which was over 1,000,000 degrees Celsius. Yeah, pretty much Ultraman Blazar could tank the thermonuclear pulses.
Yeah.
Take the mega shot to the face, and is able to take the explosion of Garurumon to the face. For context, it took a double Rainbow Slash to kill Garurumon. The Rainbow Slash being an ability that he got from the power of this guy, I don't know how to say that. A kaiju who, just from sucking in some air, created storms that covered all of Japan. But most impressively, it's revealed in episode 2, where we learn that Blazar is from an actual Blazar, which, if you want to know how powerful those are, watch my Kiryu vs. Earth Garon video. But pretty much that could destroy the Earth in like a second. So they are both incredibly durable, and can take blows from each other for a while. So overall, durability is a tie. Next up is agility. Godzilla, of course, is his tail, allowing him to stay stable and quickly turn. But what he's most known for is when he went crocodile mode on Kong and GVK, jumping at Kong and slamming him with his tail. All right, now onto Ultraman.
It's just that this man is not gonna be fair. This man is a human, like not human, but he's got human type movement, so you could do acrobatics and stuff. Godzilla can't keep up with that. I mean, he kind of can, cause like King Kong exists, but he's not the same. He's just way more acrobatic. Plus, he's faster. Plus, he's more like equal in resilience, and he's stronger. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, my man. Yeah. Okay. Hey, there you go.
Yeah. No surprise to anyone, the winner of agility goes to Ultraman Blazar.
Yeah, no surprise.
And to be honest, it's not looking good for the G-Man. But you know what does look good? The deals and money you'll save when buying from Beast of the East Collectibles. Today's video is brought to you from Beast of the East Collectibles, by far the channel's most supportive sponsor ever. So before I even start, I want to thank you guys at Beast for always supporting the videos. Today I'm here to show off the SA's Figure Arts Ultraman G figure. Now to those who watch my shorts, you may know that this video was originally good.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie. On an unrelated note, as you guys know, as I'm talking to chat right now, I've been eating Halloween candy. I have yet to be poisoned. So, you know, with the good G, that's a good thing. Also, on an unrelated note, what's your guys' opinions on Reese's? You know, Reese's are like my favorite chocolate so far right now. Under that would be maybe, I don't know. I'm not much of a Hershey's enjoyer. Not plain chocolate. It has to have some kind of different tasting. I just don't like chocolate by itself. At least not in large quantities. Which is why I like the peanut butter a bit. Twix isn't bad. I do like Kit Kats. Kit Kats are nice. What do I got here? A Milky Way. Nice. All chocolate brands, gang. I like the thicker Reese's. Yeah, they're not bad. I like eating small amounts though, because once I eat too much, it's just nah. I rarely eat candy anyways. Like I rarely do. But anyways, an unrelated note. Besides the unrelated note, let's continue this.
To be Ultraman Geed versus Monsterverse Godzilla. But I learned after watching the first episode of Geed, yeah, Monsterverse is cooked. Geed being able to beat his father, who creates fourth-dimensional bombs and destroys universes with ease. This figure, like any SA's Figure Arts, has an amazing box with lots of details. And the box itself has a lot to unpack. The figure within is great. As always, having an amazing sculpt, along with perfect articulation. Within the box, he also has a whole bunch of different hands, a separate color timer, and a separate head for when he goes evil, I guess. I don't know that much about Geed. But Beast doesn't just have Ultraman stuff. They have kaiju ranging from Godzilla to Gamera to Evangelion. So if you're looking to expand your collection without putting a kaiju-sized...
I saw Gamera in there. Gamera. I love Gamera.
...dent in your wallet, check out the first link down below, or go to your browser and type in Beast of the East Collectibles. And major news, by the way, brand new to the site, we've got a coupon. So if you're a fan of the channel, when you check out, use code GOJIGUY5 for 5% off your entire order. That's GOJIGUY 5. Thank you again, Beast, as always, and let's keep going. Next up is IQ, and again, I don't really think I need to, discuss much here. One's a lizard and one's a human. Enough said. IQ goes to...
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Godzilla vs. Gamera, Death Battle. We'll do that later, but... I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be Godzilla. Gamera doesn't have feats like Godzilla. I'm sorry. I could even see it. Godzilla's gonna swipe that one because they're gonna use the strongest form of Godzilla.
Blazar. Next up is an interesting one, Battle Intelligence. Now Godzilla has fought Shinamura, the Rival, the Male Muto, the Female Muto, Muto Prime, Scylla, Scylla Part 2, Ghidorah, Tiamat, Tiamat Part 2, Amulek, Mechagodzilla, Kong, Scar King, Shimo, Ion Dragon, and the Murderfish Janitor. And while he didn't win all those fights, Rival beat Godzilla, wah, wah, wah. He's fought a total of 13 different kaiju, some of which he fought later in their stronger forms, such as Tiamat and Scylla. And collectively, the 13 have given him a wide range of experience, fighting kaiju that are heavier, lighter, bigger, smaller, smarter, and have better abilities than him. And yet he's always been able to adapt to their fighting style and usually comes out on top. Now onto Blazar, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to pronounce like half of these. So massive shout out to my fellow YouTuber friend, GPTV. His channel will be up on screen, and he's gonna say all the names for me. Thank you.
It's funny.
Bazanga, Gatos, Taganular, Earthgaron, Lavera, Dorgo, Nijikagachi, Garamon, Damaga, Gabalga, Deltandal, Gavadon, Mogujin, Zangil, Verdrin, Red King, and Verilon.
Thank you, GPTV. And if I missed any, sorry. So, yeah. Just due to the sheer number, Blazar has much more experience with dealing with kaiju that are far larger and heavier than himself, so he'd be more prepared for this fight.
Yeah.
The winner of Battle Intelligence goes to Blazar. Next up is Abilities, who has more of an arsenal that will give him an upper hand.
Bro, this is also gonna be a Blazer. Man has rainbow snipes, bro. Like, come on now. Remember when 4Kids tried to dub Ultraman? I think I remember it talking to him about that. I think I remember that. Yeah, I think I do. I think I remember that. Yeah.
In this matchup, starting with our big old lizard, Godzilla. Godzilla has shown, of course, like any Goji, his atomic abilities, which include his beam and pulse. Though in his normal form, it can only be used when he's gravely injured. He also has his heightened senses, which allow him to know where every kaiju is on the planet. He also has telepathy, which would probably catch Blazar off guard, hearing the lizard in his mind. He has energy absorption, DNA absorption, evolution, symbiosis, and sharpened dorsal plates. But granted, those aren't going to be too useful. Now onto Blazar. Blazar has his sword, thunder blade thing.
Yeah.
One of Blazar's most powerful tools, being a kaiju killing sword, which itself has a whole bunch of abilities, including but not limited to electrical empowerment, spiritual empowerment, Inazuma Slash, Raid and Finish, and many, many more.
Yeah.
Along with his blade, he has his iconic Spiral Berate, which can be used as a spear, blade, and a fishing rod. Yeah. He can also split the Berate into two smaller ones. He has his Tornado Berate and his Spiral Berate Embrace. He has the Cane Berate, his Suppressive Sprites, his Howling Break, his Rainbow Slash, his Double Rainbow Slash, a yo-yo version of the Double Rainbow Slash, his Rainbow Blizzard, and his Blazar Beam.
Bruh.
He also has his Barrier, which deflects from beam attacks, and the ability to create Blazar coins to further power himself. And I would be lying to you if I didn't say I was reading this straight from the wiki. Massive shout out to the Ultra Wiki for having all the names here. I would have never gotten these. So, yeah. Again, the winner for abilities is Blazar. While Monsterverse can shoot from afar, Blazar has a barrier to counter it, and a whole bunch of attacks that Godzilla just can't deflect. And now finally, Stamina. Who can go at it longer? And this one is Goji, easily. Ultraman's main setback, in most incarnations, is the fact that he has a limited amount of energy, and eventually he can run out of juice, while Godzilla during the events of Dominion went around for weeks to even years straight, with no sleep at all, just fighting other kaiju. So yeah, Stamina is easily Godzilla. Alright, with everything in place, who takes what?
It's gonna
Ultraman Blazar
be
takes strength,
Blazar.
speed, agility, IQ, battle intelligence, and abilities. Godzilla takes stamina, and they tie on durability. Yeah. The winner is Ultraman Blazar.
Yeah.
But it's not as much of a beatdown as one might think, as Ultraman Blazar's timer is a big issue. If Godzilla can keep him at bay, and bait him into using his more powerful attacks to drain him down, that'd be helpful. But given even when drained, he pushed
The moon.
Yeah. With low to at the highest mid difficulty, Blazar wins. And honestly, I was surprised. I switched out G for Blazar, thinking it would be fair. But I guess I need to find a weaker Ultra, so that we can level the playing fields. If any Ultra fans have any Ultraman in mind, let me know in the comments below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry, any Monsterverse Godzilla fans. No, he's not the strongest fictional character ever. But as always, keep collecting. Goji Guy out. See ya.
Alright, that was good. I like that. That was a little fun. You know, even I knew, you know, You don't always win everything. And you know, even as a big Godzilla fan, I even have figurines back here. I have a burning Godzilla figurine in the background, right? And I gotta say, like, even as a Godzilla fan, like, sometimes things are stronger, you know. It's just that's power scaling in different universes, you know. Some things are just gonna be ridiculously stronger, or some universes are simply gonna have simple hacks or simple different rule sets that even if you're technically stronger, you just can't hurt them. And then, boom, you know. Both Goji and the man fight together as the best power scaling. Yeah, I'm just true. Plus, you know, they would fight together, not against each other. We know that's true. At least, I mean, maybe not this version, but we know, based on, you know, the other things we've seen in the older ones. Is it Shoya? Maybe Shoya. No, is it Toho? Might have been Toho Godzilla I'm thinking about. You'll probably work together with that one. Anyways, YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed. That's gonna be all for me today, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, take care. Bye, YouTube. Bye, my lost souls.